describe your style in 3 words.
Oh, that's hard. In some ways I think it'd be basic, just kind of relaxed. And it is what it is. Like, is that okay? Like a phrase? Yeah. Okay, it is what it is. Just kind of, it is what it is. I feel like. If I don't really, whatever vibe I feel, then I just kind of put on clothes and I go with it. So it is what it is.
What do you remember got you into exploring your style and finding what you liked?
Definitely growing up, my mom would dress my sister and I in the same outfits, and it was always dresses, and I was like, I don't want to dress like this anymore. So I think I kind of finally got into like transitioning into my own style kind of middle of high school. I feel like that's when I was like, okay, let me just kind of, I went to a lot of thrift stores first just to kind of see what was there, see what I could put together. And I think that's also what kind of made my style what it is, because a lot of my stuff is thrifted. And I mean, yeah, I'll still go to the mall and I'll still like pick pieces, but definitely that like young age, like I don't want to dress in dresses anymore. I think that's what kind of clicked in my head. I was like, okay, let me find something that fits for me.
What sources of inspiration do you draw from for your style?
I think it depends on the event. Like if I'm dressing for like a graduation party or something, then I'll kind of, well, not a graduation party is actually such a bad example. It's so bad because the dress code is kind of limited. But like I'll just, whatever the event is, I feel like I kind of like go with that, and then I kind of pick pieces that I try not to put the same things together all the time because that gets repetitive and gets boring. So yeah, I think it's kind of the event, what it is that I'm actually doing, and try not to do the same thing again.
What is your go-to pair of shoes?
Oh my gosh. Probably, what are the ones I wear? My Nike G-Forces, they're like orange, like a burnt orange. Not G-Forces, what are they? I think they're called G-Forces, but they're like burnt orange and I wear them all the time. I like them.
If you had to wear one accessory for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
A watch. Because I don't like being late, so a watch. Definitely a watch.
How do you piece your outfits together?
I start with shoes, and then I kind of go with like a top, and I'm like, okay, if this, I pick out 3 or 4 tops, and then I'm like, okay, what would go well with this top, but that's not the repetitive as a different top that I have laid out, and then I kind of just go from there.
What's your go-to shop for clothes?
It's either the thrift store or I usually go to like Zoomies for like printed shirts. Go there a lot.
What was your biggest fashion mistake?
My biggest fashion mistake, it was probably something really bad and I just blocked it off from my memory. Probably in like middle school, wearing like a turtleneck with like, but the turtleneck was like it's like a corduroy turtleneck. Then I matched it with like some printed, I think it was like cheetah print, and that was my school photo. And I had a sweater over it. It was with the lines going this way. It was bad. It was bad. Oh my goodness. And I had the loom bands. Is that what they're called? Yep. And I had a pink watch. I remember. It was tragic. It was so bad. And I thought, this is the one. This is the outfit for me. Really styling.
What's your favorite thing about clothes?
It's just easy to like express kind of just like who you are, and it's fun. It doesn't have to be so serious. You can kind of just make it exciting, make it whatever you want it to be. I think that's also the important part of like why I was like, let me find my style, something that works for me, because I was like, I don't want to kind of just be going off of what I see other people wearing, or like, but then I also, you take inspiration from that, but then you can make it your own. So I think that's, yeah.
And then finally, what's your best piece of advice for someone who wants to explore their style?
You just have to try on anything, to be honest. You won't know unless you try it. And you won't know what looks good or what doesn't look good on you until like you actually kind of put together something that you might think would look good as an outfit, or just going out and trying things on in the mall. That's what I did a lot of, just because I was like, you don't really know until you know. So just look for things, and if it's outside of your comfort zone, then definitely try it, because that might be your new thing. So yeah, that's my advice.